Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome back. I am here with Rachel Grace, international psychic medium, and we were just talking on part one about you, Rachel, taking care of little kids that they got similar gift to yours. And I was saying to you, would you consider in the future perhaps running courses for young children?
Absolutely. That's something that I do want to do. I'd love to have story time, with kids coming to the school. In the school, I'm going to have this massive back area that's going to be quite beautiful. There we go. We're mirroring back around. There we are. Got it all sorted. Fixed. Might have to get out of that so we can see comments, perhaps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get out of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. Is that right? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm going to have this open space, which will be quite beautiful for people to come and bring their children as well, and so it'll be lovely. I'd love to have you there with your book.
Absolutely. I'll be there with the book because, as I was saying to you, I wrote My Little Angels Talk to Me because when I was a child, I could only speak about angels with my grandma and with my mom. They will tell me, don't go out there because people will not get you or they will see you in a different light. And nowadays, we can talk to young children about angels and they're so open.
Yeah.
And the book has sold all the way to the Bhutan, and you think, my God, look at people, how open-minded. This was a mother that bought the book for her child in Bhutan and sent me the picture of the young boy and his cousin reading My Little Angels Talk to Me.
That's beautiful. It's so lovely.
A hospital in Dallas, in Texas, the Driscoll Hospital, that I donated the book, and Christy Welch from Wildlife Publishing House donated one of her books, and they're in a children's hospital.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And that's what I've actually seen you doing, that idea of truly taking this school of yours much, much further.
Yeah. One step at a time first.
Oh, baby steps, but you
Baby
started.
steps.
No, but Rachel, people don't know you, and they may see you as an overnight success.
Yeah.
They don't know.
No, they don't know that this has been
Years in the making.
years and years.
And years, and not to be flippant about it, but
Yeah.
years of you in the closet.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. I feel like the reason why I'm creating this community is because I had no one to turn to. And like many of you out there, that whether you're starting your journey or throughout your journey as well, we do get to a place where we're like, oh, can we talk about this in public? Can we view our concerns with the world or with our planet with so many different things, or will people accept me for who I am? And I want to say, you know what, my school accepts you. I accept you. I accept everybody, and I want to create that place where people can come and feel like they're okay and everything's okay, and this is what they're meant to be doing.
People were saying to me years ago, how do you reconcile your academic mind with your belief in angels? And I said, really simply, I went to a university that the logo is an angel of light.
Yeah.
So you know what? That's how I reconcile it.
Yeah.
If a university chooses to have an angel on the logo, what's that saying to you?
Yeah.
So don't put barriers to things that they don't exist.
Yeah. And that's why, like, even with my logo, I've got the sun and the moon, and it's because cosmically we are all one. Cosmically, we come from there,
And Rachel was really, really sweet to gift me her cards, Rachel Grace Numerology cards, that they're out there. We will put the link on the video after we complete this broadcast. But talk a little bit about the cards and how they came about, Rachel.
Yeah, so another thing, like, when I was growing up, I saw numbers. I could remember phone numbers. I can still remember my home phone number from growing up. I can repeat it. It was like, I think it was 6022957. I know it. I could remember people's, and even my girlfriend's phone numbers and things like that. And I was like, why am I seeing these numbers all the time, or why is it all coming about? And so I began to study numerology at a very young age. I was also being shown a lot of numbers, from spirit too. And so as the years went on, I obviously studied numerology as well. And one thing I wanted to bring a tool, more of an educational tool as well. So these cards will be used as an educational tool, but also as a oracle card as well.
Can anyone use them, Rachel?
Anyone can use them.
Because that's the issue that I have sometimes. We couldn't have cards.
Okay, I think we need to maybe adjust some. I think it actually blew away the last time we started talking. No, we need to bring it down.
Yeah, we need to bring it down. We couldn't have part two people without this blowing away. Let's bring it closer.
We might need to bring it closer.
Okay, well, it's just gonna be.
We're just adjusting, guys. So give us a second. Oh, and now my chair's. Oh dear.
Live from the Sydney Opera House, people.
It's very, very live.
It doesn't get okay.
All right, we need to hold on to
Sorry that you're gonna get our faces a little bit full on the screen.
But we need to hold on to this.
But we need to hold on to the tripod.
Okay.
Apologies. We try to be as professional as possible, but as you can see, the wind has got it. So you were talking about the cards.
Yeah, so basically anyone can use them. The reason why I created them is there's nothing else like it on the market either. So it actually is derived from the true Western method of numerology.
Okay.
So what you see in each card and the words that pop out, I had to be very, very careful. So it adapted to every and that obviously no one will take offense to it either with the words that I chose.
Right.
I be really careful with that. But it does reflect that true Western method of numerology, which is really important to me because a lot of the time with different cards, a lot of numerology cards, they're people's interpretation.
Yes.
You know, but it's not the true Western method. No, I wanted to give you everyone the true calculate it. Like in the cards in the deck as well, there is some instructional cards. But I mean, you can go to Google University too and just learn how to do it. Or on my YouTube channel, I've actually got a free tutorial on them as well.
Which I watched, and it's
it's
nice that you actually did that because as you gifted me the cards, if I'm a little bit uncertain, I can go and watch that.
Exactly.
And you truly demystify the whole idea that, because when you look at the title, people, and you see numerology cards, you think, oh my God, do I need to know math?
Yeah, and that's right. And I think that a lot of people do get overwhelmed by that. But you know, that's one thing I do. Like I suggest, when whoever buys my cards, and it's always on the website and with White Light Publishing House, is to actually view the YouTube tutorial because it does take you through the basics of numerology. But I am actually holding a 3-night online course.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so because I've had a lot of people, you know, even from Melbourne and some people from around the world wanting to study numerology and wanting to come to the course but can't make it to Sydney because I do a one-day course in it. So I'm doing it over 3 nights. That's going to start in November.
And I think that the idea of going online is truly making your skills and knowledge available to everybody in the world.
Absolutely everybody. And the thing is as well, is like, you know, one reason why I created them as well is because I love astrology, I really do. But the thing is with astrology, you need to know someone's like date, you know, the date of birth, which you can get if you Facebook stalk people. You can get that. But you need to get their time of birth and where they're born to find out their rising sign, their moon sign, and everything.
To get it correct.
To get it correct. But with numerology, all you need to do is Facebook stalk them and just get their birthday.
The information. If they put the birthday there.
If they put it there.
And if they are truthful.
Yes, but most people I think are. Well, I hope they are. But it's a lot easier to find out exactly, you know, who you kind of dealing with. But if we you know, and are armed with this information though, Raul, then we're able to really be able to know who is around us and also, you know, I suppose be a bit more accepting of people too, you know, which is really important.
And I think that that's the key word for everything that we do in life, but in particular, people, for those of you that you move in the realm that Rachel and I move, spirituality, readings, even in the publishing area, publishing books, writing books, that idea of accepting one another.
Yeah, that's right. Because I mean, I think, look, to be honest with you, I think there's quite a lot of selfish people in our world today that are just looking at you. We're in our phones, we're in that, and we forget to have that human contact, and we forget to have that ability to see that someone is different and have that acceptance that we're different, you know. And I, you know, I bring numerology into everything. I always, you know, check out what people's numbers are and see what they are about. But it does make you think, well, that everyone's got a light and a shadow to them, you know. And if we're aware of it, then we can move through our day with a bit more ease and with our relationships as well.
But I always go back to the Italian mathematician from the 14th century, Fibonacci, and his theory.
Yep.
That it starts with a 1, 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 5, and so on and so on. And that's the way that a flower
comes around. Yeah.
And the way that a shell.
Yeah. And
so
it's
numbers are everywhere.
The numbers, it's incorporating the universe, it's incorporating the sacred geometry of our planet and our ley lines. And, oh my goodness, we could talk for hours. Like
No, but
yeah.
It's so fascinating.
There. But it's all there for us to hold on to it, to learn about, and to...
We are made of numbers.
Yeah.
When you look at
the DNA.
Correct. The chromosome.
Yep.
Numbers.
Yep, absolutely.
So I was just thrilled to see when I saw that you were publishing the numerology cards, because I don't know, you correct me if I'm wrong, but has anyone else done what you've done?
No.
And then you have it, and that's what I usually say to people. Sometimes people say to me, oh, Raul, should I go and write? No, I don't write because you can no longer help it. But also, if you're going to write, find a point of difference.
Yeah.
When I created my cards, I wanted to do something that I don't want it to be Doreen Virtue.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only one of them.
And if it's already been done, then it's been done.
So I created my own point of difference. So when I saw yours, I thought, brilliant.
Yeah.
Your point of difference is so true. And you don't need to
I'll just give you one like that, for example. You know, but they're very clear, they're easy to read. But I use them like, you know, a teacher's flashcard. Yeah. So the more that you are looking at them, the more you're going to learn too, you know. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah, it's a teacher in me. That's
that
what we do.
Once a teacher, always a teacher. That
do.
doesn't go away. But it's also important because the teacher in you makes you realize how to actually put them together, how to organize them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it needs to have a sequence.
Yeah,
and it needs to make sense. And when you actually, I'll encourage you to get out there. When you actually see the video, you can Google Rachel Grace. You have a website.
Yeah,
as well,
RachelGracePsychicMedium.com.
Okay,
Yep.
RachelGracePsychicMedium.com, and you can purchase a card there. You can go to Collins Booksellers. You can go to Wildlife Publishing House. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they are in places that
I think
sometimes
they're even on eBay.
they're on
They're on
eBay.
eBay.
They're in places that sometimes we don't know. I went to the esoteric bookshop in Melbourne,
that's right.
and I found my cards, and next to my cards, Rachel's cards. And then Rachel went to Melbourne and showed me, hey, look at what I am. So what we do is becoming accessible to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the idea of your school, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I want it to be accessible to everyone on every platform as well, every age group too, because, you know, the thing is with a spiritual awakening, I don't know whether you find this as well with people that we either read for, we see that there is something within them. Even a spiritual awakening can happen. People say, oh, you're so lucky that, you know, it happened when you're younger, and I'm going, I don't know about that, you know, because it was a struggle, but sometimes it happens when people are 50.
Correct.
Too. So, you know,
It's whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Whenever your soul knows that your human is ready to handle it.
To do it. And we've had the right amount of experience to actually be able to adapt to it and embrace it.
Rachel, in the future, will you be considering perhaps, because you were mentioning sometimes people may wish to do your course and may not have perhaps the financial availability to do it?
Yeah, scholarships for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's something that I have been thinking about. So I basically just want to get into the premises next year. to really, get my feet in there and sit with everyone else and make sure everyone's okay. But I definitely wanted to look at, so I run an advanced certification program for psychic and mediumship, which I take people through a whole year of learning. I actually just started it again last week, which they're also excited about, but it is pretty full on work. But yeah, that's
But I think that it's quite important that also people realize that if you're going to be doing scholarships in the future, a scholarship has to be earned.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not something that you put your hand up. You really have to demonstrate that you are worthy of receiving that scholarship.
Yeah, and look, it's even with the courses. I do not, I don't know whether you know this or not, but even with the events, I don't know everybody. So there has been times when even in the level 1 group, which is the basic group that everyone, the initial one that everyone comes through when they start the journey with me, I've had so many people apply, but there's sometimes if something doesn't sit right with me, I don't feel like as if they're totally ready yet, I say sorry and I give them their money back, but the advanced certification course is something that, the last round, I've got 8 people that I'm taking through for the whole year, but I had 25 people apply, Raul, and I need to make sure that they are of the right values, that they really are ready to take on the work, because it's a big step. It's a big yes.
But also it's taking care of the brand that you have created, the Rachel Grace brand, because that's your reputation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when people will say, I graduated from Rachel Grace's International School of Psychic and Mediumship, it needs to hold value.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if that piece of paper that you write the certificate on is not worth the money that you printed on, then why are you doing it?
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
So if we are actually giving a tick to everybody that it applies,
no.
it becomes, you are defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
And that's something quite important to consider, people, whether it's Rachel School or another school later that you will like to join. Be discerning, investigate, find out, ask questions, find out the qualifications. And don't be afraid to truly, even when you go to a doctor, ask them, where did you graduated from?
Yeah.
Where did you do your course?
Yeah, that's right, because there's a lot of people out there, even the courses that I'll give them a certificate of completion for the day, but if it's a certification course, then it's a certification, that they're receiving, and a lot of the time I do see a lot of people get, give certificates, but they're not even qualified teachers.
No, and that's the issue that at the moment our industry is not regulated.
No, and it's not, and I don't know whether it's ever going to be, because of the difference in opinions. And,
Sure.
But I think that you need to really sit with yourself and
Correct.
to do the right thing.
But I think that you create the regulation, Rachel.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to be running this school, you are going to be the one selecting. You're going to be selecting who the students that come in, and you create the regulation, and you will dictate how people pass or not pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not about failing people; it's about giving people an opportunity, perhaps, to develop further.
Yeah, and that's right. I mean, even my advanced students in this group here, I've said to them, I'm going to take you through this course for a whole year. You're going to be with me. They're going to get sick of me after a whole year, I think. And I said to them, it's going to be hard. You're going to smile. You're going to have awakenings. I'm going to make you cry. I'm going to push you to your limits. You're going to really want to, go, I can't do this anymore. Whatever.
Bloody Rachel.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, seriously. But I said, at the end of the day, though, once we've actually finished, that you may not pass. You may not pass. And I said, and that's okay, because then I'll take you on further and give you what you need so it can happen. And a lot of the time, what I found over the years as well, you would go and do a course, and after the course, that was it. You'd walk away from there and you don't know who to talk to, if you had any other questions, or you had no support. So I've actually got a Facebook group for the school. So it's the Rachel Grace International School of Metaphysical Development. You can look it up on Facebook and join that community as well. Because I think that's really important, instead of, see you later, out the door, and then you're like, but hold on a second, I've just had another dream, or I've just had something else, I've just in a different spirit, and, something.
It's like when we do readings, and when I do readings for people, I said, and then send me text messages and take pictures of the cards and ask me questions. It's not about taking the money and running. It's about giving them an opportunity to later on listen to the reading once again, ask you questions that they didn't think of at the time. Yeah. And this is the same with the courses. So like, come on.
Yeah.
Just because I finish doesn't mean that I don't have any further questions.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
In a perfect world with a magic wand, where do you see this spiritual industry of ours heading towards?
If I had a magic wand, I would be seeing it with no ego and everyone being able to come together and just work from their heart. Because I find that, you know, there's a lot of people out there that could perhaps be doing it for the wrong reason, you know, which is quite upsetting. And, you know, and to be honest, you know, I've just been recently with a few people that it's been a very, very difficult experience as well to be able to step back from those that don't vibrate at the same level or have the same, you know, values as you do, perhaps, you know. So, you know, in a perfect world with a magic wand, I just hope that, you know, everyone can be more accepting of each other. And even with religions, you know, like I keep on saying to everyone, you know, whether it's Buddha, whether it's God, whether it's whatever your creator is to you, is an avatar of what the one source of God or creator, whatever it is to you is, you know, and for us to all be accepting of one another, you know.
I would say to you, Rachel, the magic wand is already in your hand. You created this school, and believe me, people, when I tell you, Rachel is a force to be reckoned with, because she's going to bring a brand new way of thinking, and that school is going to take off. I told you before in the past that soon enough we're going to see Rachel on television and on mainstream television. And not because Rachel is putting herself out there out of ego, it's because what she's doing is so natural that people want to know. And people in the know will say, I want to talk to this lady.
Yeah.
I want to see what she's made of. And you're going to go with it. But so many people out there are at the moment on television. And I have had people that they came to see me after seeing somebody and saying, but that person charged me a huge amount of dollars and told me not much. And you charged quarter of that, and you told me so much that it was so relevant.
Yeah, that's right.
And that it continued to happen along the way. And that I could contact you to say, hey, Raul, what you told me 3 months ago is happening now.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what you're doing with your school. You're actually giving added value.
Yeah.
And you know that we usually say, if we want to achieve change, it starts with you. Well, take from Rachel Grace. It starts with you. You created the school.
And it's a big step. And look, there's sometimes, like I have to even say myself, you know, sometimes I'm scared for a while. Like it's this big scary thing to do. But I kind of go, someone's got to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and Rachel, it was assigned.
Take the step.
It was assigned to you.
Yeah.
And if you don't take it on, it will be passed on to somebody else. Because it needs to happen. But it wasn't assigned to me.
Yeah.
I was not meant to be running a school. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah, you're going to be working at the school.
Rachel already told me well before, hey, you know that you're going to be working here.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that because we resonate at the same level. And it's about what I always say. Being a qualified teacher doesn't make you any better than anybody else. And Michelle is saying the unit of consciousness at work, or works, or rocks. It does rock on, yeah, rock on. Unit of consciousness. And it's that idea that when people ask me, what do you do? Or when I was a teacher at university, what do you do? And many people usually will say, I'm a university lecturer. Pedestal already. People will ask me, and somebody said to me, oh my God, I never heard that before. And I would say, I help people learn. Because that's what I do.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's right. And I mean, you won a very prestigious award with Melbourne University as well.
And you know,
I don't think people know any of that.
Many people may not know that, yes, 2000 I actually won the Vice Chancellor's Award for Teaching Excellence. But I remember Rachel delivering the speech at that amazing dinner that they did.
Yeah.
Starting my speech saying, not bad for a housekeeper, because that's what I started.
Yeah.
Cleaning toilets.
Yep.
And I grew and I became an academic, but I never forgotten that I used to clean toilets for a living. Being an academic, you cannot forget where you came from. I used to clean toilets and I can still do it. And being an academic doesn't make you a better person. It only gives you a new set of knowledge and skills that you didn't have before in order to help somebody learn.
Else. I know.
And that's what you're doing with your school.
What are we here for?
By you creating that school, you are creating a platform for us to help so many people learn.
Yeah,
and with a pleasure saying, and I know that you said no ego. I said yes with ego, because ego gives us our personality. It gives us the connections between the conscious and the unconscious, but not the negative side of look at me, look at me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's saying, you know what? You were saying to me before, Rachel, and I love that phrase, and I'm going to coin it. I'm going to use it. It's a Rachel Grace phrase. I will walk alongside you.
Yeah. And that's something that I always do. One of my phrases is, may the oldest ways never be forgotten. And then another one is, I always will walk alongside you. I'll never walk in front of you or behind you. I'm always alongside you, and you walk alongside me. I don't care who you are.
It doesn't matter.
Together. We walk together.
It doesn't matter.
Because even with my students, a lot of people, you know, they may look up to me or everything. I said, don't be doing that. Because even me teaching you, what I'm receiving is something magical, you know, in your eyes and within your heart. You and how you actually learn to make me even a better teacher as well, you know.
We're going to be learning until the last minute, the last breath we take.
Absolutely.
And you know what, Rachel? I know that for a fact because my mother, on her deathbed, she looked at me and she said, now I get it.
Yeah.
The last minute before she actually closed her eyes.
Right. Yeah.
So keep on learning, but keep on helping and keep on doing what you're doing, because what you're doing, Rachel, you have opened an avenue, but you are running in your own lane.
Yeah.
And anyone that comes after you claiming to do it better, it doesn't really matter, because you are not there in competition.
Yeah.
You are there as an addition too.
Yeah, exactly. I think we all are. We're all there for as an addition to everyone else's journey and to...
But the issue is that we get ourselves in a marketplace that is constant competition.
Yeah.
And it's your school against that school. And the refreshing thing about you is that you're going in your own laneway, and whoever else is another laneway, brilliant for them.
Yeah, I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It is. But not many people say that.
Yeah.
Other people, oh, what is Rachel doing that is so good?
Yeah.
Well, applaud Rachel, but don't try and be her, because you cannot be. There's only one.
We've all got our own unique gifts. We've all got our own, you know, beautiful road ahead of us.
Yeah.
You know? And even when I tell my even the advanced students, I'm like, one of their questions in their homework is, you know, what do you want out of this, and who do you aim to be?
Yes.
And it's like, well, I hope they're going to say that they aim to be themselves.
The best version of them.
Exactly, you know.
The best version
Not a
of them.
carbon copy of somebody else.
No.
So, yeah.
People in life have seen me many times as an expert in education, and I used to say, you know what, I don't see myself as that. I see my university professor, Professor Patrick Griffin, that taught me everything that I know, and truly a force to be reckoned with in the educational sector. Unfortunately, at the moment, he's not well, but oh my God, what a mind.
Yeah.
And I know that I put him on a pedestal, and he used to say to me, no, Raul, do not do that to me.
Yeah.
Because he will say to me, I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Sure, I got years of experience that you don't have, but you'll be there.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know what? I see that gentleman as an expert, not me. Would love you to be featured in the Lightworker Advocate magazine. There you have it.
Thank you, Michelle. I would love to.
An invitation to be to write an article. And Michelle, I know that Michelle is moving into this, moving into the Lightworker Advocate magazine, video magazine. That is something that is brand new, and that is something different and moving with the times. And she's looking actually for journalists.
Yeah.
For people to actually go out there and interview relevant people.
Yeah.
So
That's brilliant.
if you are out there, people listening to this, and you would like to become a light worker journalist, get in touch with Michelle Lightworker. She will love to hear from you. And there you have it. The invitation is there for you to write an article.
We'll be in touch, Michelle.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Michelle, for doing so. Before we wrap up,
do we have to wrap up? No,
no, not really.
Having such a good time.
That's it. And the sun is
city.
shining,
It's
and
beautiful.
we will continue to enjoy our time together. But a final message for people out there.
A final message. You got me stumped for words.
No, but that's okay. Whatever you want to tell people.
I want to thank you, Raul. I truly do. I want to thank you for giving us this platform, this space that we can actually be ourselves, and we can talk to people about, where we have come from and what means the world to us, and that is, to be here and to be privileged enough to be working with spirit and to help other people and people who seek us out for readings or education or anything. So thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it, and I know that it's the start of something magical. Absolutely magical.
You can feel the energy. It's truly, and I don't say this lightly, an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to have you as what I call the golden link that made the change, because you may or may not know, but our executive producer, Michelle Lightworker, is moving forward with other projects, so Enlightened Conversations. This is going to be the final season 3, and it's coming to an end, I think, in August. But this is actually my last show, and what a brilliant show with Rachel Grace in this beautiful environment. I would like to take this opportunity to truly thank Michelle Lightworker for creating this platform. Michelle interviewed me in season 1 of Enlightened Conversations a few times, and she actually invited me to be a host for season 2 and 3. And I'm forever grateful to Michelle, because you opened, not only created this platform, but opened an amazing doorway for people to be here, to express who we are, to be uniquely us, unashamedly us, and to share whatever we needed to share in a program that it was not available anywhere in the world. And Michelle, you were the creator, you were the driving force, you were the executive producer. I'd like to also thank particularly my sponsors for my shows, that it was Lightworker Foundation and White Light Publishing House. Your efforts has been totally well received from your heart to mine, and I'm forever grateful that I was able to do this. Not to forget every guest that has been on this show with me. Forever grateful for you being a part of the Enlightened Conversation journey, enlightening the world one conversation at a time, as Michelle Lightworker would say. So from me to you, Michelle, thank you so much. I wish you all the best in the future endeavors. I'm sure that we'll be in touch not only through Lightworker Advocate magazine, but in any other things, and we'll be in touch as friends, because that's who we became in the end through all this experience. So Rachel, thank you once again.
Thank you so much for having me on your final show, and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, it's been a privilege, it's been an honor. Thank you, all of you out there, that you were listening live or you were watching this on replay. It has been amazing to be a part. And who knows, maybe later on, Rachel and I will maybe doing something together, and we'll be broadcasting together. So watch this space, people. This is not yet over. Enlightened Conversation was beautiful, and it reached this culmination, and we are forever grateful. But this was our stepping stone. Thank you very, very much. And as I always say, please remember, believe in angels, because they do believe in you. Until we see each other again, thank you so much. Many blessings. And remember, soon we're going to be putting the link to Rachel Grace's numerology cards. Thank you so much, everyone.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.